Okay. I want to let you into a little secret, right? I want to let you into a little secret about this show. It's not a secret, but it's just something I want to share so I can kind of paint the picture for you. But everything on this show, everything in the episodes that you've watched so far, I actually script write. So I write them beforehand just to accommodate for comedic timing, to make sure I'm articulating myself properly, and just so I can actually get the jokes and the comedic things that I want to say across in the manner that I intend, right? And this is the first episode where I've decided to not script write. Well, the first part of this episode I've decided to not script write because what I kind of want to say can't be written. You can't write things like this down. I'm just going to go off the dome and hopefully I will make some form of sense. But I'm saying all of that to say this. For me, and this is just on a personal level, July was the worst month of the year. And July might just be the worst month of my life because it was hard. Like really, really flipping hard. I don't want to make this super morbid. I don't want to make this dark, but there are some things I do want to talk about that happened in July. And there's only one way that I can start it by saying is we're all going to die one day. And I know that's dark. We are all going to die one day. None of us are immortal. At some point, God's going to call us and ask us to come back to where he, took us from. And July was a really bad month because that was the first time in my entire lifetime that I'd ever lost anybody close to me. And as I said, death is an inevitability. It's something we can't avoid. But when it happens to somebody you're close to, and somebody who's also so young and has so much more life to live, it just hurts. And it's not something that you can prepare for, and it's not something that you can get over a couple of months after, because I'm filming this video in December, so what? This was July, that means it was only a couple of months ago that this occasion happened. But there's just an array of emotions that I'm feeling. I'm even just shaking just speaking about it. But yeah, I want to get to the point because I feel like I will end up rambling on. But yeah, in the month of July, I lost a very good friend, somebody who a lot of people knew, somebody who I was very, very close to, a young individual called Joshua Akinpelu, aka TG Music, aka Josh Ack. And he was just a really amazing guy, man. Like, he was just flipping cool. Like, me and him got along really well because he worked in music, he was a producer, he would make beats, and as somebody that just loves music, that's worked in the music industry, we naturally connected on that level. But I haven't actually got any brothers. Like, I've got 4 sisters, no brothers, but Josh and I had like a brother-to-brother relationship, and even though I didn't see him all the time, we'd always hit each other up, we'd always speak to each other, see how each other is feeling, and just talk about life and goals and aspirations. And that's a perfect thing that I want to attach to Josh's name as well, because Josh's drive and hard work and determination to succeed is one of the most inspiring things that I've ever seen in a human being. And I'll relate this to myself. So before, I used to do a lot of content. You can go back onto my YouTube channel, and I was very inconsistent, stop and start. But Josh's passing showed me that life is very, very short. Like, we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. And I pray we all obviously go on to live amazing and fruitful lives, but we don't know what tomorrow has in store. And one thing about Josh that I really loved is that he lived every single day like it was his last day. Like, he was such a go-getter. He was so determined. And I know for a fact, without a shadow of a doubt, he was going to the very, very top. And do you know when you're just around someone all the time, yeah, and you just find yourself smiling? Josh was the reason why a lot of people smiled. Like, especially now that he's no longer here, just going to see his friends and his family, I fully, truly understood just how much of an impact this guy had on so many people's lives. And yeah, man, it's just, I don't know, man. It still hurts a little bit, and I'm still trying to process it. And I've still got his name flipping saved in my phone. I've got his number saved in my phone. I've still got the old messages that we used to send to each other. But yeah, that's how my July started. But I do want to finish this off by just saying I have to do this tribute to him. Long live TG, my bro. I love you. I miss you every single day. Yeah, man. LLTG. Long live TG forever, man. As I said, death is something that is an inevitability in life. It's something we can't avoid and it will happen. And I always feel like, who am I to question God, especially considering I'm a religious person? Like, I haven't been able to go to church because of that pandemic stuff, but I very much believe in God. And who am I, once again, to question what God wants to do with life? But Josh sadly passed away in the first weekend of July. And as I said, learning to grieve and learning to mourn for someone is something I've never had to do before. But to do that twice in the space of 7 days, yeah, that was hard. That was really, really hard. Because 7 days later, after Josh tragically passed away, somebody who a lot more people may have known also passed away in equally unfortunate and tragic circumstances. I'm just trying to find the right words to say, and I don't want to say the wrong thing, which is why I'm kind of just like looking around and finding some sort of motivation. And I can't even look directly in the camera at this point because it's still, as I said, feels very fresh and feels very, very recent, and I'm still learning how to process it. And I'm not going to sit here and pretend like Nicole and I were super close, because we weren't. But we knew each other, and the way that I met her actually, and it's so beautiful, we met each other doing exactly what we loved. So I met her because I was put in touch to one of her people, and I was able to host her meet and greet that she did last year. And just like Josh, Nicole's energy was amazing. Like, Nicole's energy, she might have one of the best personalities I've ever met in a human being. Like, her smile, her aura, her energy was so flipping infectious. Like, she was amazing. And one thing I liked about Nicole, as I said, we weren't super close, but just like Josh, she will check up on me every now and again, and she'll send messages and she'll reply to my story. And like, anyone that's ever watched a video of Nicole, that's ever been on her Instagram, the first thing I can say you probably feel when you watch her is pure happiness, pure energy. And to this day, I still can't listen to Chris Brown and Young Thug go crazy, because it genuinely gives me PTSD and it brings back sad and unhappy memories. Because there is a video that is on her Instagram, I'm pretty sure you can go and look at it, where her, Bogger, and obviously her unborn baby were dancing and celebrating, and that is literally their relationship in a nutshell. Just good vibes all around. And yeah, Nicole's death really sent shockwaves around not just the influencer game, but just in general. Like, it impacted a lot of people, and because she has such a young audience, it was kind of hard for a lot of young people to see somebody that they'd been watching for the last couple of years pass away without actually really knowing what's going on. And oh man, this year has just been something that is just unexplainable, man. And my heart goes out to Nicole's family. My heart goes out to Bogger. May she also rest in peace. May baby Rain also rest in peace. And boy, man, it's just been rough. Okay, so I know this episode's been kind of heavy from the very beginning, so let's try and lighten the mood up just a little bit.
We have breaking news in the search for Hollywood actress Naya Rivera. A body has just been found at Lake Piru.
We are confident the body we found is that of Naya Rivera.
Oh, wow. This month really has been shit. Honestly, like, my heart really does go out to anyone that has lost a family member, a friend, a relative, anybody close to them in this year. And as I keep saying, it's been a super difficult and super tough year, but I really do hope that you find peace and you guys pull through this. But yeah, sending my love, sending all my good energies and positivity to you in this very difficult and sad time. Okay, I'm gonna be real, the show must go on. The show must go on. I don't want to be a Debbie Downer. I know it's sad, but we're gonna bring the energy right up, right? And now that I'm here, when I think about it, I haven't mentioned the word corona in a couple of episodes. Now, I don't want to state the obvious here, but we are living in the middle of a global pandemic, and governments across the world, not just here in the UK, have been telling everyone to socially distance, to stay 2 meters apart, to wash their hands, and to most importantly, wear a mask. And most people decided to wear a mask until these little decided to turn up.
Gesetzen, die uns einengen, weg mit der Maske, die uns zu Sklaven macht.
Guys, guys, did this man seriously compare wearing a mask to slavery? The man compared wearing a mask to actual slavery. You have to laugh at this point, because if you don't, I swear to God, I will go mad. Now, once again, I'm going to be honest, and is this collar looking stupid? It's actually starting to piss me off at this point. I'm going to be honest, and I'm going to be super, super frank, right? And this is only going to offend people that don't have lips. Those people, you know who I'm on about. It's only going to offend them, because when you look at the demographic of the people that attended this protest, it's very, very telling. Now, some people go out to protest because they want a fairer society for all, and they just don't want to be killed simply because they're black. And that sounds reasonable if you ask me. And then on the other hand, there are some people that go out to protest because they just don't want to wear a mask. And not only do they not want to wear a mask, they're comparing it to actual slavery, compared it to flipping slavery. And sorry, I thought I could just smell something. It's just, no, I can't smell something. Yeah, that's right, no, sorry, it's white privilege.
What worries me about your comment is you are a white privileged male who has no experience in this.
I mean,
I can't help what I am. I was born like this. It's an immutable characteristic. So to call me a white privileged male is to be racist. You're being racist.
You cannot dismiss.
Okay, so for this next section, I'm gonna talk like this and use expressive hand movements and gesticulations and use grand and extravagant words to make myself sound more smart and intelligent, when in fact I'm not really saying anything at all. And while I do keep talking like this, we are going to talk about August in July, because we are heading over to the Red Table Talk to go and get entangled.
we broke up.
And then what did you do, Jada?
Well, you know, I think from there, you know, as time went on, I got into a different kind of entanglement with August.
An entanglement?
Yes. Yes.
A relationship?
Yes.
I have nothing to say, genuinely. I've been sat here for a very, very long time and I'm thinking, what do I actually want to say? Usually I have some sort of slick, witty, comedic input, but I genuinely have nothing to say, because this situation was messy then, and it's still kind of messy now, because what on God's earth is entanglement? And why is it that when a woman cheats, we use all these expressive and elongated words like entanglement? She cheated. Call a spade a spade. What I will say though is, the pain in Will Smith's eyes is a pain and is an emotion no human should ever feel, because look at him. He is crushed. You can see it. The tears, he's fighting back those tears, but inside he's crushed. August Alsina, boo, boo, boo you for making a song called Entanglement and trying to revive your already dead career, your career that's deader than Tupac Shakur, which is ironic because Jada also loved him as well, but it's whatever. Boo, boo, get off the stage, boo.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
But something we haven't spoken about yet, something that was actually quite serious, was there was a short man, and this short man decided to shoot Meg the Stallion.
Megan initially stayed quiet about the alleged July 12th altercation, where she was shot in both her feet following a party in Hollywood, requiring surgery to remove the bullets. But in late August, the chart topper publicly named Lanez as her alleged assailant during an Instagram live broadcast.
You shot me, and you got your publicists and your people going to these blogs lying and stop lying. I tried to keep the situation off the internet, but you dragging it.
So yeah, this situation happened in July, and I don't fully feel comfortable talking about it because it is still kind of traumatic and there is still ongoing investigations about the whole situation. But what I will say is, as I've said before and I'm gonna say again, we don't So as of the time that I'm recording this video, we still don't fully know the ins and outs of this situation. But I do believe that that man shot Meg the Stallion, and not only did he shoot her, he shot her, causing her to go to hospital and have actual surgery on her foot. Now, very, very quickly, I know this has been a heavy episode, but I want to go back into serious mode again. Black men, I'm calling on you right now. We have to do better. And obviously, let's not be stupid. I'm not talking about all black men, but there is a significant percentage and proportion of you that were just running way too many jokes about this situation. As in, there shouldn't be any jokes about this whatsoever. As in, it's bad enough that society treats our black women like absolute shit, but for black men to be making jokes about a woman being shot, for me, it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing.
Are you not embarrassed? This is really embarrassing.
And another thing that I want to say as well, a woman does not have to be your sister, your mum, your aunt, your girlfriend for you to humanize her or to empathize with her. We need to stop doing that shit and being like, if that was my sister, I wouldn't let that run. No, she's a human, and that's the bottom line before anything else. So stop doing that shit. Anyways, Meg, I hope you've eaten. If you like, I will happily send you ayamashe. I'll happily send it in the post. But that body yaddy 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 yaddy, that song's dead. It's a terrible song. It's bad. Oh, and quickly, before I forget, just before I end this episode, can everybody repeat after me in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tory Lanez is a pussy clot. Good night, ladies and gentlemen. Good night.